So, this morning, or not even this morning, I guess last night or yesterday, I was thinking about these feelings that I'm thinking about and going through recently in the past couple of days. And it's about there being two paths. And I'm sort of stood there at the crossroads, and I'm looking down the path, and I'm seeing the potential and what could be possible. And I don't know why, but there are certain things that I'm doing that I'm like, God, if you carry, like, this is how it starts. Like, if you carry this on, it leads to this. I'll give a small example. But just reading at night. I've not been watching any series so far this week. I've just been reading a book before going to bed. And I've been trying to not scroll, and I've been trying to not overstimulate myself, and instead read a book. And then the nights, last week I was doing it as well, and the night that I didn't read a book, and I thought, well, I'll have a scroll. It didn't feel right. And I saw this clear distinction between these two sort of paths of one action's going to get me somewhere that I want to be. One action's going to get me somewhere that's healthy, that's progressing, that's going to actually benefit me. And another one, the scrolling and stuff, it's an action that's going to keep me in a cycle. It's not going to progress. Now that's only something small. Everything I'm thinking about now, for some reason, I'm looking at it and I can feel I can feel whether it's a start of progression or whether it's just a cycle. Whether I go home and I eat a steak and I have my tea that's on my diet, or I'm driving home and I get a craving for a Mackey's. I can feel the difference, that even though it's only a small thing, you're not reading before bed, really. Is it going to change your life? But then I can see the path. I can see that if I have a Mackey's, the next day I'm going to wake up and feel like shit. Whereas if I have a steak, I'm going to wake up and I'm strangely going to be in a great mood. If I read before bed, I'm going to get enough sleep. I'm going to be a bit calmer. I'm going to relax a bit. I'm going to be ready to sleep. My body's going to get ready. There's so many benefits to these little small things that are being done. But can you really be asked? That's the other thing. That's what happens. It's like, can I really be asked? I just want to come home and just have a big scroll. I just want to go and get a Mackey's. Don't have to cook. It's just simple. It's right there. And the fact that it feels so clear right now of which choice I should make, it's a weird one, because I can almost see the direct correlation between between the decision and the path that I'm going to go on. Like I said, even though it's small, and I can see how something small can lead into something a lot bigger. For instance, if I'm reading, whatever I'm reading, it's chilling me out, it's relaxing me. It might be a story or whatever. It might be fiction. Or I get into a rhythm of doing this, that I then start reading books and learning a bunch of different new things. It opens up my mind to different possibilities that have happened in the world, or different stories that have happened in the world. And it broadens sort of my horizon and opens my eyes a bit. And then those little things that have opened my mind can lead into me acting on something else, can lead me onto a bunch of other things that you can't even imagine. You know, I was thinking the other day, I do want to learn how to play the guitar, but I've already tried twice, maybe 3 times actually, and got nowhere with it really. And that's the thing. Not that I'm saying that I want this. However, when you go to concerts, you imagine how amazing it would be. But this is a scenario. All it takes to become a rock star, to become someone who's performing in front of thousands of people, who's producing amazing music, and is sort of connected with the music and the sort of creative side of themselves. All it takes for all that to happen is for you to pick up that guitar and learn. And each time, pick up the guitar and learn. That's all it takes to become that rock star, in essence. Obviously, realistically, we know that's not what it takes. But without those steps, nothing else is going to actually ever happen. Like, you've got no chance. And for me, something like that, you know, I'm now seeing, I'm like, not saying I want that, but I'm seeing all it actually takes is that thought in my head that I would get, where it's like, I want to learn the guitar, and then it can either, right, go away, brush that under the carpet, or it can be, well, what we're going to do is we're going to pick up a guitar and we'll try and learn something. And then every day we're going to do that. You know, the next day you're going to do that, and the next day you're going to do that. And all it takes is that one action, really, to get to where you want to be. And this is what I mean by the 2 paths. It's almost, I'm almost imagining it like there is one main road, and that is doing nothing. You know, that's just being you. That's just being, not acting upon anything. That's just you walking down the path. And there's all these little side roads that you're walking down the path, and you look left and right, and you see these little side roads, and you say, wonder what's down there. And until you walk down there, you have no idea. But it takes walking down them side roads to see where they lead to, see what other path you go on to. And after thinking all this, I'm thinking, you are really in charge of your life. You are in control of everything. Now, whether you're going to have success with that thing or not, depending on what success is to you. For me, if it was learning the guitar, success for me is being able to play songs on the guitar, not being in a stadium full of people and being a rock star or whatever. That's not the success that I would want in that situation. Or, when it comes to reading books, it's not me sat there being able to read a book every day. It's just, that is the accomplishment, to be able to read. And all it takes is one action. Just like the gym. Just exactly like the gym. All it takes is you to turn up once, and then do it the next day, and the next day, and the next day. And each day you focus on that day, and you say, yeah, I'm going to the gym. Sticking to a diet. Yeah, I'm sticking to the diet today. And sure, tomorrow, if you don't stick on that diet, when tomorrow comes, you don't stick on that diet. But the day after, it's another opportunity for you to stick on that diet. To walk down that path, that side road that leads you to something bigger. And it's quite simple. When I'm seeing this, when I'm seeing these possibilities and these options, it's quite simple, actually. All you have to do is act. It's not easy, don't get me wrong. Absolutely, it is not easy. But all you got to do is act on that first thing. And I keep talking about this, but that is the leap of faith. That is being brave. That is the thing that you have to do if you want to change your life. You got to take that leap. You got to take that jump. You got to act on that first thing. And I think for me, in the past, I've always thought of, oh, that'd be great if you do that, and it almost seems impossible or out of reach. But realistically, all it takes is for you to do the first act. I can't be arsed reading before bed. In my mind, that's so boring, so much effort. But then when I get in bed and I'm like, well, if you just picked up the book now, you'd be sorted. But yeah, anyway, that's what I've been thinking yesterday. But I work now, so peace.